everyone and welcome back to a brand new Motogp 24 gram. I know today we are off to Le Mans in France for probably one of the most intriguing races of the season so far. We have become the team lead. If you have missed the previous episode of Hearth and the Hearth test, you can see on screen there. We are the leader of KTM now, the factory team. And in the test, we made a pretty sizable step forward. Now, it didn't show much in lap time, I felt, at Hearth. I just felt maybe the track didn't really suit my bike as much, as it just didn't have as many long, or had too many long hanging corners, which really affected me. But coming into Le Mans, I was kind of quietly excited to see what we could actually do with a slightly better engine, a bit more aero, and a bit of just everything really in our favour. So I was coming into this weekend really hoping that I could kind of get straight into Q2 directly with kind of not a lot of stress, but just to get in nicely, not have to really risk everything on Friday. And in fairness, we ended up topping the session by just under 10th. I was really happy. Now again, I didn't feel amazing. I've yet to really feel at home on this bike to be able to ride this bike kind of 100% without feeling that I'm riding over the limit. And I must say it was just a good Friday. Now here we are in qualifying, and we're currently on the front row, and we're about to go slightly quicker. And we end up setting a 29.7, I believe, 29.8 in the end. And yeah, that puts us at P3, so it's probably the best result we'll have in qualifying for a while. Now, it's just critical that we get a dry sprint and we get off the line cleanly. So, the biggest issue we've had this year, sprint races, and now we have one where we're starting in front row, conditions seem pretty decent. So, I'm hoping the pace that we've shown so far this weekend, we can kind of push on and use in the sprint. I feel like I'll be okay in the main race. I'll have my usual kind of race where I'll be able to, maybe I might get a great start, but I can come back through. It's just a sprint, just need to get down to speed. We're actually going to risk a slightly worn, soft rear slick. Just think maybe off the line, a slight softer tyre with a bit of the edge taken off. It might just give me a small benefit early on. So let's get into the sprint and see how this one goes. It's nice to start on the front row, not have to worry about anyone in front. Let's see what we can do. Not a great launch, I'm not gonna lie. Have to be aggressive into this awful turn one. Very much so up the inside. Contact from one of the Aprilias behind. I believe that is a Costa. As our starts go, not too bad. We've gotten a warning. We were hit up the back. Not sure we're supposed to do that one, but fair enough. Straight up the inside of Bastianini. Won't give us much room. He's leaning on us. Small contact there, but again, no space is left for me. That is one of the premium Pramac riders in front, making a big mistake there early on into the bus stop. There is one of those corners though, so difficult. Easily done on the opening lap. So all weekend long so far, I've known I have had pace, but it's all really coming up to see what we can do in hand-to-hand combat. That's really where I want to see. We've made a bit of a step. So at the moment we're sitting here pretty comfortably in P5. Just want to get myself onto the back of these front guys. Another warning there coming guaranteed. So we actually escaped that one potentially. But Le Mans wouldn't be what I'd class as a good track for me. I must say this bike just feels a lot more underneath me at the moment, other than in the sprints. Big mistake into these last corners as always when I open them out. But just overall, I just feel like I'm not fighting, wrestling it as much. It's more back in my hand. I feel like is why we're having a better sprint here. You know, I've had a pretty poor lap there. I really actually feel like I can still get the podium here. You can see one of the caddies up ahead, pretty much off the track. I believe it was Martin, almost crashing. Speaking of having the bike underneath me, since I've opened my mouth, this race has gone backwards for me. But yeah, maybe shut up and figure it out again. So the sprint race pace just seems slightly too much for me at the moment. I'm gaining, but not really anything significant to be thinking we're getting a podium challenge. So P5, P6 is probably where we're looking at really. So we just set the fastest lap of the race. So maybe a minute ago I was a bit overreacting with the speed, but just feel like it's going to be so hard to overtake this track. We've made a good lap there and got onto the back from again. But just just don't feel like we have anything at this moment in time. Definitely in this first sector, I am much superior, and that's where the time comes back. Up to about here, with the heavy braking as well, definitely am strong. Second half of the lap, just lose a small bit. Not particularly great out of there. And then for this rest of this lap, it's a long corners that catch me. Final lap time. Really would like to try and get a move on the two guys in front. I feel like I'm quicker. Not really sure where I can do it though. First sector again proving good. Bit of an over under maybe, no, it doesn't look like it. Straight into museum. Le Chapelle just didn't go to plan there. Means we're gonna have to make the time back into this difficult off kind of camber tricky corner that is museum. Oh, big lunge to the inside there from Bastianini. He probably felt like he was under attack. Again though, just since I caught them, been in a bit of a just kind of train. Inside. Oh, he's released the brake. He's gonna have the inside though for the next left. Oh, he's completely chopped my nose off. Not much I can do here, I don't think. Fortunately not. P6. Not a bad result. So after a promising sprint, I'm going to say, to be honest, if we didn't have an opening lap like we did, if I felt like we could have just got further up the grid, and a couple of mistakes on lap kind of 2, 3 and 4, just kind of maybe put any chance of winning it. Again, we were the fastest out of the top 6, so someone obviously behind that glitch where once you cross the line, someone behind does a fast lap, so 28.8 for example, so Frankie Robert went like 0.8 quicker than anyone, so definitely was one of the fastest guys out there. It just didn't do it consistently enough, which probably cost me the chance of podium. Only 2.8 off Jorge Martin on the GP25 in the sprint, so I'm pretty confident we can get the podium for the main race, so let's see how that goes. So for the main race, it's just going to be get away clean and see where we are when the fuel load drops, and just see if we can kind of just stick with the top 5 a little bit closer. I just feel just let them have a bit too much in the sprint, and I didn't have the time or laps or speed to kind of get back level. So clean our opening lap and then just build upon that if we can do it. As always, start is critical. Not a bad launch. I'll be aggressive. Be not as aggressive as my KTM teammate. Set it up. Aha, red flag. So Mark Marquez has ended up with a double long lap. That's quite good for us. He's been one of the guys I've been beating or trying to beat in this race. So the fact he'll be gone for pretty straight away, it gives me a bit of clean track. It'll be a full restart. So yeah, let's go again. Oh, it's good this time. Oh, is a Ducati down? Where's that Ducati gonna go? We're up to second. Boys didn't get a red flag for that, to be honest. That was a very dangerous switch. Black Miller's Ducati. Oh, there's more crashes behind. I probably should be focusing on where I'm going, not the other riders crashing. Definitely our best chance of getting a win so far this season. When it always comes into place you least expect. I would be a massive fan of Le Mans. The long haul race. Guy in third position at the moment has a double long lap, so he shouldn't be an issue. They just settle in now and go with Jorge Martin and see where we are in about 10 laps time. Stay from Jorge Martin. He's touched wide there and it's messed him completely up in the guardrail sector. As he was just pulling a couple of tenths on me, so that's brought me right back into it. The GP25, the guys I just noticed, take a lap to get up to it. But when they do then, they are motoring. Already here on lap 3, we pulled about 3 seconds out over Echo, so really it's us versus Martin for the win here in Le Mans. Another big mistake again from Martin. Not a fan of this garage there. Probably the first time all year someone's probably put him under this much pressure, so probably just struggling to just keep an eye on that gap at the moment and making a couple of mistakes. We're obviously just pushing on mad. You see we have 2 warnings already. So we're at half race distance now. We have 3 warnings, so we really need to be careful. Because on corner exit a lot of time I just don't have the bike turning like Jorge Martin does. But we can see on the brakes very much so gain a lot like that, so we need to just keep going to where we are, but we need to stay away from the green paint, which is really easy to do around here. Actually feels nice for once. We have to just sit behind the rider and we're just going to watch and just observe and just kind of do as he does and not have to worry too much about overriding, just to stay with him. At the moment we're riding quite well on this KTM, and I think all my upgrades from a week ago in Jerez have really come in quite good here. I'm hoping the bike isn't just a good bike at Le Mans. I'm hoping this is actually our true potential everywhere, that we can be battling at the front. Again, Martin's wide. That's the widest he's been. Starting to worry later in the race. Is that going to be his downfall? That would be a monster crash. Speaking of monster crashes, warning number 4 and a big mistake. Just try to cut the top of the hill just too fine. Only 1 warning. I was just going to say lap 10 is where we're going to start turning the screw. See if we can get an overtake and put pressure on Martin. And now, to be honest, I'm probably better off just sticking here until hopefully the last lap and then maybe trying something, because that was a bit silly on my behalf. Alright, we're starting to put the pressure on now. We almost have 10 seconds over Pecco, which is more impressive really than the fact that we're battling Martin in my eyes. But we're really now just starting to show him a wheel everywhere. He'll hear us going deep past him. And we are really strong on the brakes down in here. But in so much time, he takes a bit of a different line to me. Going nice and wide like this. Cut him back. So the wheel spin there. It cost me. I may have had an opportunity of a look up into here, even with this big slide. I was still pretty close to having a look, but just get too close to him, a bit of turbulent there, and the bike just doesn't handle very well. First sector now, he's really holding me up. Probably send a move down into Le Chapelle here if I wanted to, but again, I don't really want to go for it yet. At least the brake there, just get a nice late apex coming back up the hill. Oh, he checks up so much mid-corner. Line is so different. I don't think we're going to try and go for him there. I think that would be a massive car wreck if we tried to do that, to be honest. That would be a huge accident waiting to happen. I think I'm going to try and do it in the opening sector if I'm going to do it anywhere. Oh, a bit of wheelie there as he changed direction, just cost me a bit of drive. He's very defensive pretty much everywhere now. He knows that I'm probably a bit quicker. He definitely knows that I'm better on corner entry because I've shown him a wheel a few times already. But right now we're just planning. I don't really know where I'm going to do it, to be honest. He gets out of museum a bit too good for my liking for me to try it down here, but you can see entry speed we carry in compared to him. This braking zone here I'm not too much of a fan of. This chicane is quite difficult at the best of times. You don't want to be going side by side. Slow through there. We're going to go down to the last lap at this rate. One lap to go. As close as we've been out of that last corner. It's wide again. He's wide again. Not that wide this time though. Not close enough. Just not close enough. Okay, we take huge time out though. Great drive. Don't think I can do it in here though. Gonna be last sector that decides this race. Good run. Not close enough. Don't know if I can do it from here, to be honest. Oh, it's contact. I can leave him have it. I basically punted him out of the way. Gonna be P2. Bit disappointing, to be honest. I should have won that one. So we need to think the positive, really. I feel like kind of lost that one. Everywhere I could overtake him. Just felt previous corner I wasn't getting out of just the best to match him. Like a lot of the braking zones there at lean or you're sliding in, so there's going to be contact and I didn't want to knock him off. I didn't want to risk getting a long lap. So unfortunately we kind of ended up, in the end we tried last lap, but we ended up having to settle. Only 2/10 off as well. It's a bit disappointing. You look how close our lap times are as well. It's crazy how close we are. But yeah, look at the gap back to Pecco. We've absolutely destroyed the field. It's just for a very spirited Jorge Martin. We would have been our first win. So next up, I believe, is Mugello, which would be a very good track for this KTM Australian, hopefully. But yeah, that was a real interesting race, and we've learned a lot today. So now we are into the top 3 in the championship. We jumped 10 points ahead of Marc Marquez. And if this is our actual true potential for the season, championship I think could still be on. 54 points is a lot, but I think the others crash a bit more than I do, so we just need to keep it rubber side down and we could have some good results. Thankfully this weekend, no rain, so really overall was a good weekend for me. So P5, P6 in the sprint and a second in the main race. So again, similar situation. Now that we've really consistently gotten podiums, I really want that win at Mugello.
With the top 3, and this lad got a great second place today. It was a truly outstanding performance. The team members of the top 3 riders are gathering under the podium after today's superb show. They can finally let off some steam and celebrate.
Oh, I was actually wrong. It's Catalunya for the next one, which is a track that's usually low grip, a lot of sliding, steering at the rear, so hopefully we go well there. I absolutely love the Barcelona circuit, so really I'm hoping that we can get our first victory of the season. Of course, it's a home race for Jorge Martin in Spain, so it's going to be a tough overall weekend, but I really hope that we can again qualify decent and have a good sprint, because at the moment, as well as the main races, the sprints are just a little bit of a disappointment. Again, this weekend we had shown speed really to go with them, but they just seem to have a quicker get down to speed gear nearly in the sprint. I just don't need make my life difficult, so we need to qualify well, get away, and just really push on from the opening laps. I think the longer races where I can build into it and I can plan a bit more really suits me, so we need to figure out how to kind of get ahead around these sprints. Thank you for watching today. Hope you have enjoyed. I will see you in a super episode not so far away. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.